Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be exploring the Internet Computer Protocol and where they are in the middle of 2025. In my view, Internet Computer is about to change everything as they are not only the global leader in AI on-chain, but they are becoming the global leader in on-chain governance, on-chain finance, on-chain compute, and much, much more. And in today's video, we're going to be exploring the entire ecosystem and understanding what is about to launch in July of 2025 that is going to change everything for not only Dfinity, but Internet Computer as a whole, and the way that people look at creating dApps, at on-chain DeFi, and creating other products and solutions for the world of finance. And remember, Internet Computer is the only blockchain, it's the only network that has the ability to compute on-chain. It's the fastest blockchain by far at this point in proven results. We've seen Internet Computer surpass Solana, which was the fastest blockchain with anywhere between 3,000 and 6,000 transactions per second. And Internet Computer is processing just above 3,000, 4,000 when I'm recording this video. But over the past few months, we've seen it going well above 10,000 transactions per second. So we're going to talk about the price, because I know a lot of people have been asking about Cryptoviser. Where is the price going? Because at the end of the day, we're at $4, right? We're under the $5 mark, which is very, very close to the cycle low of $2.93 that occurred in September of 2023. You could see that on the chart right here. And so let's break it all down. But before we do that, don't forget to give this video a free thumbs up. We upload every single day to bring you the latest happening in the financial world. We talk a lot about individual cryptos. Like today, we're doing a deep dive on Internet Computer. We're talking about ICP changing the world, changing the way that people look at these networks. And sometimes we just talk about the macro. We talk about what's happening in the markets as a whole, where the market's going, what stocks to look at. And so make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. That way you never miss any of the content. Let's get into today's topic, which is Internet Computer is about to make history. So as you guys know, just last month, in the middle of 2025, the world was introduced to Caffeine AI. This is the first AI implementation of an AI large language model that allows developers to actually go in and complete what Dominic and the team over at Dfinity call the self-writing internet, where you talk to the AI, you talk to the large language model, you tell it what you need, what you want to create, whether it's a dApp, whether it's a smart contract, whether it's a program, whether it's a website, whatever you're trying to create. All you got to do is type it into the large language model, Caffeine AI, and Caffeine AI will actually go in and code whatever you're looking to create, whether it's a program, a project, or a website. And then it will not only create it, but it will then go and deploy it on the Internet Computer, where the Internet Computer is the back-end host of that website or that dApp. And we got a lot of little tidbits in this demonstration that they did in June. But again, this was just the first demonstration of what the capabilities that they have been trying to work towards can do. But now we have something even bigger, and that is the actual launch, the public launch of Caffeine AI, which is coming in just a few weeks. Maybe even by the time you're watching this video, Caffeine AI has already been launched. Now, from my understanding, it's been in beta release, just released to some individuals to test it out, and I imagine to help train the model a little bit. But now we're hearing that Internet Computer has unveiled Caffeine AI, which allows developers to build applications simply by speaking to the internet, no code required, powered by the Internet Computer. This voice to app platform, or you can do text to app, I'm sure as well. This marks a step forward for a self-writing web, pushing the boundaries of accessible and decentralized development. This tool will be fully accessible on July 15th. So they released it in June. I guess the beta version or early access. So for people to go test it out, we've done videos on that. So I would definitely recommend going to my channel and just type in the Cryptoviser here on YouTube, ICP in the search bar, or you can go to my YouTube page, just click my logo down below, click on the videos tab, and you can either just look or just type in the little magnifying glass and just type in ICP, and you'll see all of the ICP videos that we posted. I definitely recommend watching this, the ICP App Store. This was part of the Caffeine AI release. I would also recommend watching this. ICP deploys another AI. This one is not Caffeine AI. It's another AI project that released this shortly after the Caffeine AI initial demo. And a lot of people in Internet Computer don't even realize that there's multiple AIs deployed for Internet Computer already. I would definitely recommend watching this, ICP from Zombie Chain to AI Powerhouse. This is a big video, right? Because we had banks calling Internet Computer a zombie chain. And now they're the only chain that has this kind of capabilities. Citibank as well, Citibank Eyes ICP. That's a good one. ICP just leveled up, right? We talked about the ICP Alliance. And the ICP Alliance is enterprises and governments are re-architecting for sovereignty, security, AI, and digital assets. And so being part of the Alliance, you have access to all of this technology and all of the talent behind it that you can actually go and, build on the Internet Computer, whatever your products are. And so why join the ICP Alliance? Enterprises, which are large corporations, are racing towards digital sovereignty, sovereign AI, and seamless multi-chain asset management. Yet few partners can ship that today. In the Internet Computer Alliance, certification puts your firm first in line for qualified leads, early access technology, and direct engineering support that supports the quicker delivery. Stand out as a partner powering next generation web infrastructure with self-updating apps and sovereign clouds. And so effectively, the ICP Alliance is like a testing bed for these corporations that want to implement this capability and technology into their business or their business model. And they may not know how to do it. And so they go to the developers like Dfinity that have these programs, either an ICP Alliance or grant funding programs and stuff like that. And they work with the corporation. They say to the corporation, like, what are you trying to build? What do you want? And then the corporation tells them, and then they work with their, again, this is just my assumption of how it works, but I would imagine it's not that far off from how it actually does work. And then Internet Computer Protocol, the Dfinity developers, they put, the business in touch with their team that can go and actually start deploying or training the corporation's employees on how to develop this capabilities. I mean, now with the AI being able to do it, you really just need somebody to be able to go in and double check everything, make sure the AI is doing everything properly. But being a part of the Alliance, that is really being part of the future of technology. Now, we don't know any of the companies that are in the Alliance just yet, but I would imagine at some point in the future we will find out, because they're probably going to be deploying projects and products that utilize Internet Computer or utilize the AI capabilities. And so July 15th, this is a big date because this is the full release of Caffeine AI. I would imagine we're probably going to see a lot more demos of programs and projects that have already been used. Potentially, we'll hear about companies that have used the early access to this program or now the full launch, and that they're going to be utilizing Caffeine AI for their products or their projects or their company. And so this is going to be the real first test. It is a little bit nerve-wracking because I believe that we're at the final stages of the bull market, but I've been getting a lot of questions about this, right? They're saying Cryptoviser, like this coin hasn't even done anything this cycle. Well, first of all, that's not true. Internet Computer has done a very, very big round trip, right? From very, very low lows to very high highs, and we're back at low lows. And so people missed that we were in a bull market. It may not be the bull market you wanted. It may not be the time frame of the bull market that you wanted, but this is a bull market. We went from $2.93 right over here in September of 2023. We went all the way up to $21. So that's almost a 10x. And then we came down to about $6. And then when we went back up to $15 and then came down. This is the full cycle. I don't even know that we are, there's a few different cryptos that are like this, right? I'm recording this in the middle of 2025. A few of the cryptos that I've seen look exactly like this chart where they pumped way earlier than people thought. And so people are now saying, but Cryptoviser, we haven't had alt season. No, we have had alt season. It may just not be, you just didn't, take any profits off of that. On this channel, I told my viewers back in September of 2023, like $2.93, this is the low. I called the bottom of the market. I didn't even know if it was going to be the bottom because, as you guys know, we don't know whether it's the top or the bottom of the market until much after, right? Because the market doesn't tell you, hey, we're at the top. You just have to kind of guesstimate based on, the other indicators. And that's what we did. $2.93. We bought there and it went all the way up to $20. And I know a lot of my viewers made some pretty good money there. We traded it. Since then, I personally have been adding to the ICP position. Again, this is a very small portion of my portfolio. A lot of people think like I'm the biggest ICP bull. I'm a very big ICP bull. I think that the capabilities and technology that Dfinity is putting out there, number one, at the end of the day, Dfinity is getting shit done. Internet Computer is launching things. We're seeing metrics improving. We're seeing more usage. We're seeing more large corporations globally looking at the Internet Computer. OpenAI is focused on watching what Internet Computer is doing. We know that. We know that banks are looking at Internet Computer. Just did a video the other day. I don't know if it released yet, but by the time you're watching it, it probably is released. But Internet Computer, the founder, Dominic, just confirmed that Utopia, which is another product built on the Internet Computer, it basically Utopia, there's a acronym, it's an acronym for something, I don't remember what it's called, but effectively it's a private Internet Computer built on the Internet Computer. So if you're a corporation and you want to utilize the capabilities like the compute and the AI and the storage and all of that on the Internet Computer, but you want to do it in a private way, right? Large corporations, they don't even, there's so many hacks everywhere now and leaks of, customer data. Imagine a business is putting all of their information into an AI, right? Let's say they're using OpenAI and they're putting all their data, all their customer information, all of their employee information, all of their revenue information, everything into this AI system. And let's say that system gets hacked. Well, now every competitor to that corporation now has every piece of information that they would possibly ever need to have from that corporation. And so corporations want to protect their data. And so this is why I think that it's going to take a while for these companies to open up their AIs. They're going to have very private, like they call them like walled garden AIs. That way they don't have access to the internet. They don't have access for the information to get leaked because that could cause huge issues for companies. I mean, if one company gets wind that another company is developing these capabilities for their technology or for their business or whatever, well, now they have all that data, right? So that is effectively what Utopia is, built on Internet Computer. It's a private Internet Computer built on Internet Computer. That's the general sense of it. I'll probably be doing more videos as we get more information on Utopia. But the bottom line here is Dominic, the founder of Dfinity and Internet Computer, he actually said just recently, after the Caffeine AI demo came out in June, he said that banks will be testing and using Utopia. So that means the banks are building these private Internet computers built on the Internet Computer. Now, hopefully this all benefits the Internet Computer ecosystem as a whole, because we know a lot of these crypto projects, sometimes they'll do side projects and they'll say, well, we're connected to Internet Computer, but we don't actually use the Internet Computer. That would be bad. But Utopia seems to utilize all the capabilities and technology of ICP, but it's just like another layer built on top of it. Think like Polygon built on top of Ethereum, right? It's a layer 2 built on top of the layer 1 that can do a lot of different things. And so we know that ICP is getting things done. And so going back to the price conversation, can we, if we're in a macro end of the bull market, generally speaking, when we're talking about Bitcoin and interest in the crypto space, like the IPO craze is happening with crypto companies, the companies are starting to merge to do these Bitcoin treasury companies. So there's a lot of hype there, but these are like end of market signals. And so I've been getting the question a lot, Cryptoviser, what about ICP? Where is the ICP price going to go? Because we have all these technologies and capabilities that are being launched. Caffeine AI, Utopia, VetKeys, banks looking at Internet Computer, all these very positive signals. And meanwhile, Internet Computer is approaching multi-year lows, the cycle low. The cycle low is $2.93. And by the way, don't forget to give this video a free thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss a new video. We do deep dives like this into Internet Computer and other cryptos. And sometimes we just talk about the macro. So it's really important that you understand the whole thesis of what we're talking about on this channel. Because if you just take one video, it's not going to give you context into the general thesis about where the markets are, where the market's going, and how we view bull and bear markets from an investor perspective. And so understanding like where the price is. Listen, guys, like I said, Internet Computer did a round trip, right? We went from $3 to $20, down to $5, back to $15, and now we're here at this under $5 range. We have not seen a floor get created, right? This could be a floor, but we need more time frame to kind of see this floor stabilize and be able to get a direction, in my view. I'm not really a big chartist. I don't really like to just take the charts and just say, oh, well, based on this Fibonacci line, we're going higher. Like, okay. But based on the fundamentals, right, we should see the valuation of Internet Computer rise. And when we're talking about the valuation, we're not just talking about the market cap, we're also talking about the value of the network. And so we have Caffeine AI, we have AI capabilities, we have Utopia that's going to be tested by the banks. We have, advisors and investors who are at this World Summit conference. We have companies watching what Dfinity is doing from cross-chain functionality using basically chain fusion technology. Dfinity just posted this the other day saying another milestone for the team at Liquidium Phi, which is basically a DeFi platform built on the Internet Computer. They achieved their first cross-chain tether repayment on Ethereum for a loan collateralized on Bitcoin Layer 1. So think about that. Liquidium is built on Internet Computer. They did a cross-chain repayment on Ethereum for a loan that was collateralized on Bitcoin. So you just had a DeFi within the Internet Computer connect to multiple different chains to complete this loan repayment. This is what Chain Fusion was made for, enabling seamless, trustless interoperability across Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and more. And we just heard about the Solana integration as well. Now, Solana assets can be controlled from the Internet Computer directly through Canister smart contracts. Now, there's this long 18-minute video on how this actually works and how you can, participate if you are looking to swap coins or value or data from one chain to another. But this is what I was talking about earlier in the video. It's like there's other ecosystems, there's other blockchains that they're saying, oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to become number one, and we're going to overtake Bitcoin. And they haven't done any of it, right? They don't even have base level interoperability between the easiest chain to connect with, which is Ethereum. And so how can those chains really succeed? How can those chains have higher interoperability, higher valuation from a market cap perspective than Internet Computer? Personally, I just think that the market has not caught up. Right? The narrative is about Solana. The narrative is about SWI and Hyperliquid and all of these hype projects, MicroStrategy, 21, all these Bitcoin treasury companies. And the focus hasn't been on fundamentals. What we talk about on this channel regularly is the fundamentals of the chain. And that's why a lot of the deep dive videos that we talk about, like with Internet Computer, the banks watching Internet Computer, the AI capabilities on Internet Computer. These videos, we don't even talk about the price because it doesn't matter what the price is. This is baseline capabilities and technology that's being released on Internet Computer. Other ecosystems, they're just hyping up as like, oh, well, we have the most volume. And it's like, okay, but what can your blockchain do? Like, think about Solana this cycle. What can Solana do? What products has the billions of dollars, maybe even more than that, hundreds of billions of dollars, that has been flowing into the Solana ecosystem from the billionaires over the last few years? Where is all the technology and capabilities? Where's their AI project? Where's their banks testing on Solana? We don't have it. All we had this cycle from Solana, pretty much, was meme coins. And the rest of crypto, they were just waiting for narratives. I mean, think about it. Most of these crypto projects, they've done nothing. There's been no major breakthroughs. There's been no major technological capabilities enhanced or deployed on these networks. And so what do we see? We see people hyping up SWI and Hyperliquid. It's like, oh, wow, SWI is going to be the best. It's like, why? Because the billionaire says it? You don't think that the billionaires who are early investors, who are the ones pumping it and saying that 70% of their portfolio is in these coins that they effectively got for free, you don't think that they're going to sell those coins? And so the valuation of these coins, the market cap of these coins, don't match the value of the network. But at some point, it will. It's the same thing like with MicroStrategy, where the share of MicroStrategy is about $400, but the Bitcoin underlying the MNAV is basically $200. So you're paying a 100% premium just to hold MicroStrategy that has the Bitcoin in it instead of just holding the Bitcoin itself, and you can get double the amount, basically. And so the valuation of MicroStrategy is overvalued based on the value of what MicroStrategy is. And so value and valuation are two different things. To me, the value that Internet Computer has and is demonstrating with these releases and with these demos and with all of the other things that have been going on that we've been talking about endlessly on this channel, they keep increasing the value of the network, even though the underlying valuation, the market cap, has not caught up. And it may never catch up. It may take years to catch up, but it could also happen overnight. And so how can the price move that much overnight? Because at the end of the day, if you look at the market cap perspective, Internet Computer is like number 40 on the market cap chart, right? It has a valuation of under $5 billion, and there's coins like SWI and Solana that have tens of billions of dollars of valuation, and they can't do half the stuff that Internet Computer can do. They don't have half the capabilities that Internet Computer has. And there's no actual usage or use cases or big businesses or companies utilizing those chains. But Internet Computer, we know from the founder that banks are going to be testing Utopia, which is a private ICP, on the ICP. So when you hear things like that, how can the valuation be so low when the value is so high? This is a disconnect. And this, in my view, is what traders and really good investors do in the market. They look for the undervaluation. Forget about the overvaluation. Forget about where we are in the cycle. Forget about whether the coins have performed or not. Because people say, Cryptoviser, you were wrong about Solana. You said Solana is a coin and that nobody's going to buy it, and it's going to... Well, first of all, the coin did go from $200 down to $8. So that was a complete collapse. The coin was built by and for the billionaires, and the billionaires are still the one that are saying it's by and for them. We know that even from the meme coin fiasco. They're extracting hundreds of millions of dollars from these meme coins to fleece retail investors. And so that is the data, right? Internet Computer doesn't have any of that. Internet Computer just keeps chugging along. Had a failed launch, they kept developing. They launched some capabilities, nobody pays attention. But there are people paying attention. And this is also part of the valuation and the value of the network, right? The fact that IBC, which is the International Blockchain Commission or company or corporation, whatever it is, it's basically they work to build and accelerate startups that are in different technologies, right? They're involved. The banks are involved. We have already implementations of AI on chain and building and coding directly. This is not being done anywhere else in technology, period. And so all of these things combined tell me that the valuation of the network does not match the value of the network. The valuation is undervalued. And so that, it to me, says there's a disconnect. MicroStrategy, the valuation is above the value. So that, I don't want to buy that. You actually want to short that. And that's what people like Jim Chanos are doing. When I see the valuation of the network is lower than the value of the network, well, you want to buy. That's literally how the markets work. That's literally how investing works. And so I don't care where the short-term price of internet computer is, because the capabilities of the chain continue to perform, continue to prove. Everybody who said that they wouldn't be able to achieve what they've been able to achieve, everybody who said that, just based on the price collapse during the launch from $700, $800 down to basically, $2. There's certain trades in the market that you're never going to get again. Whether we're going to go higher or lower, I don't know. But I look at this and I say the value of internet computer is way higher than a few $billion, especially when you're comparing it to the rest of the assets in the space. And if I look at this chart, it looks like we already went through a bull market in internet computer. And so does that mean we're in a bear market? Does that mean we're going to hit a bear market? Or maybe we won't have one. I mean, to me, it looks like we're already in the bear market because we're back at bear market levels. And meanwhile, they just keep deploying. And so this July 15th timeframe is going to be very interesting because they're going to be making history. And hopefully this is going to be a very positive thing. Hopefully we'll hear about some companies that are testing and we'll see actual demos of products that have been created by Caffeine AI and then deployed and hosted on chain, different iterations of it, how easy and fast it is, maybe some companies that are testing it. These are really, really going to be critical. And so on this channel, we're going to be watching what happens at this event when they launch this and really looking for that disconnect from the value and valuation to reconnect. It may not do it for quite a while, but just go to the Internet Computer website, internetcomputer.org, and just go through all of the things that they have going on. Go through the dashboard, go through the metrics, go through the projects that have been building on the Internet Computer, go through the proposals, look at how much coins are actually staked. These are all very, very bullish signals, even in a bear market, even in a rotation into a bear market, and even in the end stages of a bull market. Because I don't know that the technology of AI is going to, for instance, like the stock or the Wall Street AI companies, none of them have really gone public yet. But we all know that they're raising money to go public and that they will go public at some point in the future. And so this may be the push that on-chain companies are getting this AI capabilities and going to the public faster than these private companies. And that may push these private companies to start IPOing. And I believe that when the AI narrative in traditional finance, like stocks, starts to pick up, this is going to greatly benefit the cryptos that have AI capabilities, not the ones that say they're AI, the ones that actually have AI, like the Internet Computer. And so a lot is going on. It's a lot to take in, a lot to kind of understand. But at the end of the day, the value of the network is way higher than the valuation. I would imagine many of you would agree with me on that. And so it's just a matter of, will the price reconnect from the valuation to the value? I hope so. And if it does, we could be going much, much higher. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a free thumbs up. Check out my other ICP videos. Again, just go to my channel, type in ICP, or just type in the Cryptoviser ICP right here on YouTube, and you should be able to find those videos. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video. Invest responsibly, do your own research, and as always, crypto on.